Hey everyone, so I'm very, very excited for this conversation today with my friend, Kimberlee!
I was able and blessed to be able to have a lot of different experiences. So I danced, I cheered, I played sports, I played instruments. There's no feeling like performing. So I think that's why this feels right. I think I auditioned for I think it was the High School Musical 3 parade. That sounds on brand. You know, Disney, don't call us, girl, we'll call you. And I was like, no, you won't. You're not going to. But they did. And that's how I ended up going on DCL. So I did 2 contracts there before I came to the parks.
I had the opposite where I went from the park to the ship. What were some big shifts and some big adjustments that you had to make going from the ship to the park?
On the ships, there's not obviously as many people in your cast. So the responsibility level and the commitment to the job was to me higher. And I think coming to the parks and being oh, I could call off. It was strange to not need to do it. I mean, obviously you're supposed to do your job, but I was glad that I had that experience first so that I was always knew I have a job that I need to be accountable for, and I'm not really gonna worry about someone else doing it for me unless I absolutely can't. And then getting to the parks, I was oh, so y'all don't always come. Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
I will share that I had to call in a personal day because my hair braider couldn't braid my hair and I knew that it wasn't Disney look. So you have a way of writing and expressing yourself that to us it seems natural, but that's because on Facebook we're only seeing the finished product. Were you always such an expressive person with words and your feelings? I find it very authentic, and it's one of the reasons why I love you so much.
So I think my parents are both even more honest and straightforward than I am.
Oh, really?
That's not a surprise. I think my dad does it in a humorous way. I think my mom just gives it to you, rip the Band-Aid off. And so I'm right in the middle of that. It was always well, she's gonna say what she thinks, he says what he thinks, and do you have an opinion on this too? And we all are having conversations.
It's a product of our upbringing. Either you get really lucky and parents are want to have open dialogue with their children, or you get the other side of it. I'm the adult, you're the child, and then that stifles their voice and it prevents them from wanting to express themselves. So yes, it's great that you count yourself very lucky. I feel no matter what version of Kimberlee that I'm seeing, whether that's online or in person, it's still authentically you. What does authenticity mean to you?
For me, being authentic is being honest, understanding that it's not always going to be everyone's cup of tea, just being honest, being honest in all things. If people are wow, I didn't really like what she said, or I didn't like even, what she wore or how she responded to that, but they know I was honest and I wasn't trying to kind of be anything else that I'm not, so that it would, appease them or come off in a way that would make them feel oh, she's just saying that because. I always want people to know, no, if she said that, that's how she really feels. And then kind of deal with whatever comes after that.
That's Kimberlee, everyone.
What is my Instagram? That's a good question, Kim. Oh, my Instagram is vintage_Kimmy B, KIMEEB.
See you later.